arms in there. That's the flap valve. Lift it up. There's a little treasure, some toilet paper. Some more treasure on the other side there. And pour some water down and flush it through. So just flushing it out a couple of days ago, made it a lot cleaner. There's still a few inches of water, well, 1 inch of water in there, and that's just backed up on those tissues, I think. There you can see some treasures and some tissues. The flap valves seem to be okay, but I reckon this one wasn't going down correctly the other day, so I called the water company, the sewer company, and they said they'd come out and check, because I said that's the level of my cellar, and they said yeah, no worries, we'll come out and check. So they went and checked and thought there's not much going on here, and we told them that no, it had backed up because all this was covered in tissues, and so they put a camera down the neighbour's side and said yeah, it's full of roots beyond our property, so they're coming out today to check that. So I've taken the covers off today. See, when there's enough water behind, the flap opens and the blockage just flows on. That's steamy water, that's washing up water. So you see that stuff just moved away. In theory the second flap should open when there's enough pressure behind it or enough water. But you'll see that now when I put this big tank of water down through it. I'm just filling up this water here, probably enough in it now. Here it goes. That's the idea. So it just flows away, and now if everything's working properly, that should be completely empty of water. So now if everything's working properly, that should be empty, but instead it has this little puddle of water in it, so that means that down here there's roots somewhere along the line. So let's see what we can see. It's kind of pointless cleaning these things because as soon as you put them back together they get dirty again, but just want a good clean seat for the gaskets. You can see how they just fall under gravity to close back quite firmly, and the fact that there's two means you've got a bit of resilience there in case there was a stick stuck on one. In theory it could be stuck on two, but it's a bit more likely to be a bit more effective than just one. So with these lids, there's a gasket here that's come out on this one. You need to make sure that stays in and goes back in properly. That makes an airtight seal down there in the manhole. And then this thing here, I'm not sure if it's going to open. There it is, it's quite stiff. That is a little pin that comes up. So if you, for whatever reason, want to close your sewer so nothing can get in or out, you can do that with this model. I don't know if I'd bother with that, but it is what it is. Okay, so I'll do one more splash. You'll see there's some tissues and treasure has come down in the last 20 minutes. Right, I'll pour another, what would it be, about 20 gallons of water, 15 gallons of water down, just to flush it through. That's it, looking good. So you can see the water's not getting stuck because of those things. They're pretty dirty though. Looks to be mostly just poo and fat, bit of dirt. Yeah, so there should be no water in the bottom of that pipe. So the water authority came and had a look down this pipe here, and I'll show you that footage in a second, or some clips of it. There's about a metre of pipe, and then there's an old drop down from above where there was a rotting eye, but that's removed, and then it comes to an end like somewhere where that dustbin is there. So metre and a half, I reckon, somewhere over there.
There's the junction there, you see.
So you're going around that then, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going around. There must be a
Something else there, though.
trap or something, yeah. These rows of stuff,
And the neighbour's pipe comes in somewhere under here, I think, and along the ground underneath, and joins in, and it goes off that way. So they can only see that far. They couldn't get around. It's quite a tight corner, and they think there's some kind of a trap or something here. So they've routed everything from the neighbours across. My pipe's pretty clean, I'll show you that, and then they've got to do something because it's still got a little bit of water in it. It's better than it was, but if there's roots from the neighbours all the way across the back of the pipe, and it's an old clay pipe, so they said there was 100% roots in places, which made me wonder how the neighbours' toilets were working at all. But whatever, if there's roots in one part of the pipe, there'll be roots the whole way along, so they've got to come and get a better machine out. They said they went through 2 tanks of water on their jetting van. They have like a Mercedes high top jetting van or something like that, and 2 tanks of water they got through trying to cut the roots out with a regular jetter, so they're going to get a bigger machine out. But I probably won't see anything to do with that. Now in here, I'm just going to put the covers back on, so hopefully I won't be in your way and you'll be able to see what I'm doing. So I'll just drop down out the ladder this time because it's all dry and fairly clean. Put these covers back on. Make sure the gasket's in position. Check the action of that flap. I know they both work and I know they're both clean. The stuff on top isn't sewage, it's just dirt. Gasket's okay. It's good fit. I've got my Unbreako stainless steel. So I've got this one done, I'm going to do this one now. So I've got the two lids on now, that's pretty good, and all I need to do is close up this cover, but what I've done is I've lifted up the two levers because I'm going to try filling the other side with water now. So it'll take forever to fill because you're filling not just the volume here, it's, you're filling this pipe back up here. And if you can see that, there's a pipe comes in at an angle there and you have to fill that one going back up along as well. There's a huge volume of water just to put this little bit of water in it. But it does seem to be holding water, which makes me think that those two flaps are doing something, even though they're not really meant to stop water going that way. They're meant to stop it going that way, but the locks must be doing something. This is just me playing really. I'll leave it for a while and let it fill up a bit. So it's quite full now. There's a good few inches, there's about 2 inches of water above that 4-inch pipe. So that 4-inch pipe must be completely full. So then let's come across here and see if I can't open these up. There's one. There's two. Wow. So it must make quite a good seal. I think that shows that the drains are flowing okay. But it's just that there's a little bit of water and the last bit takes a while to go away at the bottom. So it's probably an inch, inch and a half of water in the bottom there now. And that's the issue really. That whatever's not letting that go away is holding me up. But the issue belongs to the water company and they've said they'll come back and deal with it. So I'll just put my manhole covers back on and that's that. The clips are broken on this one, that's why I've got to do it manually. Thanks for watching. Questions or comments, leave them below. See you later.